No. Sorry, guys. As always, I'm going to give give people a few minutes to come in. Seems like it always takes everybody just a few seconds to get caught up with me. Trying to get everybody's name in. I think sometimes people forget. Did I go live on these days? Give me a second. I am taking care of some stuff for the channel really quick. Okay, I'm caught up, I think. Welcome to live, everybody. Hopefully, live goes good. Tonight's topic is ticks. Not everybody's cup of tea, not even my cup of tea, if I'm being honest. Hi, Max. I am from the United States, in the state of Indiana. Hello, everybody. I see I have 3 people in. Tonight we are talking about ticks. I don't know where my moderator is, unless she's having issues getting in. Sorry. But before we get all into it's Sir. And we will get started here in just a second. Hello, everybody. Thanks for coming in. Tonight, before we get into the topic for tonight, I have challenged my subscribers to push a little bit to get my public watch hours for the channel up. We are sitting at 1,535 public watch hours as of right now. And we need to get up to 300. So that's what I'm hoping to get. Tonight, we are talking about ticks. If you're from the United States, we're summer is sort of winding down a little bit. I guess not really, but summer and spring seems to be when these animals really start going. And we're going to hit on as many of the main tick threats that we can tonight. If you have questions as we go through this, feel free to ask. Yeah. So the first tick that we're going to talk about is one that actually makes the news, or was making the news quite a bit. It's the black-legged tick, or the deer tick. Now, I drew out some ticks, but I have to be honest, I did not go in and color them, and they are just the bodies. So, there is that. But we are going to talk about them. See if I can do this. Sorry, it is not colored. But that's what the body looks like for the deer tick, or the black-legged tick. These guys can be found in the eastern half of the United States, including the Midwest. It does cover the following states: North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Kansas, most of Oklahoma, most of Texas. Females can be 1/8 of an inch, but when they are fully fed, they can get up to an inch. Males are smaller. Both sexes do feed on humans, but it's the females that pose the health risk. And these guys spread 6 diseases to humans, including Lyme disease. So the next tick, if I have it handy, is the Lone Star tick. And this is an important one. Because, well, it just is. Hello, whoever just came in. I don't know, my thing is really weird. So the Lone Star tick has a white dot. Hi, Samar. Hopefully I pronounced your name right. Welcome to live. Tonight we are talking about ticks. So this species of tick can be found in the southern and eastern United States, and they can be found in portions of Nebraska and Kansas. Altogether, this tick can be found in 26 to 27 of the 50 states. It can spread 5 different diseases, and I used to think that this particular thing was limited to Australia, but it's been showing up here in the United States as well, and that is the alpha-gal syndrome. And what this is, is this is an allergy to red meat. So beef, pork, and lamb. And it can also cause allergies when it comes to dairy products and even gelatin. So, not a good thing if you like meats. American dog tick. The next one is the American dog tick. Now, this guy can be found east of the Rocky Mountains. It can also be found in the majority of California, a sliver of Oregon, slivers of Montana, and Wyoming. It includes the Midwest, the southern states, and all of the eastern states. And they actually spread tularemia, as well as Rocky Mountain spotted fever. Now, the western black-legged tick, which is related, or seems to be related to the black-footed critter that we just talked about. And these guys can be found. Oh, wait. Okay, so these guys can be found in Washington, Oregon, and California. But they can also be found, and that's what it looks like. This is the head, and that's the body. They can be found, again, in Washington, Oregon, and California. It can also be found in pockets of Idaho, northeastern Oregon, southwestern Washington, and the majority of Utah, along with the bottom tip of Nevada, as well as portions of Arizona. And like the other black-footed tick or deer tick, it can also spread Lyme disease along with 2 other diseases. And they are not necessarily pleasant animals. I wish I had actual specimens to show you, but I don't. Rocky Mountain wood tick. Okay, the Rocky Mountain wood tick looks like this. That's the head. This is, I think, white, dark brownish red, or yeah. Anyway, this tick can be found in Washington, Oregon, Nevada, Utah, Idaho, most of Montana, Wyoming, portions of Nebraska, Kansas, New Mexico, Arizona, California, and a very small portion of Oklahoma. And it spreads Rocky Mountain fever and that tularemia, along with other diseases. The brown dog tick can be found along the Atlantic coast and the Gulf Coast of Mexico, or the coast of the Gulf of Mexico, I should say. But it can also be found, it also spreads a form of spotted fever. And it looks like, no, it looks like this. The next one is the Asian longhorn tick. Now, this is an introduced species of tick, and it comes from Asia. It's been reported in a handful of states. These guys look a little bit hairy. A little bit hairy. This is the head. And this tick has been reported in a handful of states, including Indiana, Missouri, Arkansas, Ohio, Kentucky, and a few other states. And now that you know about our tick species, let's talk about what you can do to avoid ticks. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to wear light clothing like this. And light pants. You're going to tuck your pant legs into your socks. And even though it doesn't look good, see if I can show you. Yeah, even though that doesn't look good, it's going to keep the ticks from getting into your pant legs and crawling up your legs. Before you get into your car, if you're out hiking or whatever, you're going to check your pant legs before you get into your car, and your socks. Get the ticks off of your legs. So that's off of your pant legs. You want to check the cuff of your sock as well as your pants, the waistband. Once you've done that and you've gotten the ticks off of you, you're going to go home. You're going to take a shower or a bath, and you're going to make sure that you check yourself for ticks, or you can have somebody check yourself for ticks. You're going to check your hair, your hairline, around your ears, your armpits, between your legs, the back of your knees. Those are places that ticks like to attach. So, and if you have your pets with you, you need to check your pets, because they can bring them in, or they can get bit and get sick as well. So just some things to check. Once you've done all of that, hello everybody that just came in. I can't see you, so I don't know who's in and who's out. Another thing that you can do is take your clothes and you want to wash them in hot water and then dry them at the highest setting. Some clothes I know you can't do that with because you'll ruin them, but now if you do find a tick, you want to not put anything over it, like butter or oil or anything else. You want to, and you don't want to take a match and burn it out. That's the wrong thing to do too. You want to reach down with tweezers. You're going to take your tweezer, grab that tick, and you're going to pull. You don't want to increase the tension on that tick and you don't want to increase the pressure, that's okay. We're just going over the safety part of it. I'm going to restart it so you hear it. I'm not going to go back through and do all the tick stuff, because you can rewatch it. Not had any problems so far, so that's a good thing. Okay, so this was suggestions, and they're good suggestions if you have a yard. Well, I can double check that on the CDC website. But you want to wear light colored clothing. My pants are not light colored. You're going to tuck your socks. You're going to tuck your pant leg into your socks. It's not a fashion statement. But it will keep the ticks from getting into your pant leg. Before you get into your car, if you're out hiking or whatever, you're going to check your pant legs. Make sure you don't have ticks on your pant legs. I also advise wearing a hat or a hoodie and have the hoodie up as you're hiking. Before you get into your car, you want to make sure that you're checking your socks. You want to make sure that you don't have ticks on your socks, on your pant legs, front and back. When you get home, take a shower or a bath. And while you're bathing or after your bath, you're going to do a complete body check. You're going to check your hair, your hairline. You're going to check around your ears. You're going to check your armpits. You're going to check the back of your knees and between your legs. Also, if you have pets with you, you want to check that. You want to wash your clothes in hot water and dry them at the highest setting. That will kill any ticks. No, they say, so what you want to do with a tick, and this is straight from the CDC website, you're going to get a pair of fine-tipped tweezers, okay? You want to grab it right as close to the skin as you can. Pull upward with even pressure. Do not twist or jerk the tick. Once the tick is removed, you want to grab it with fine tipped tweezers. You're going to grab the tick as close to the skin as you can. I don't have tweezers with me. So I also don't have anything close to a tick. I don't know what to use. We're going to use this ant as a tick. So he's on me. Okay. I'm going to take it as close to the skin as I can. Okay. And then I am going to pull without twisting. I'm going to keep the pressure the same. Yeah, don't use a lighter. Don't use a lighter. That's the advice that I was given. Of course the phone's ringing. I'm not answering it. Once the tick is out, you want to wash the bite area and your hands with rubbing alcohol and or soap and water. Now, you can do one or two things at this point. You can flush it down the toilet, or better yet, get a jar. Jake, hold on, okay? You're going to take the tick and put it into a container. Peanut butter jars work really good for this. Anything that has a screw-on lid. And you're going to put rubbing alcohol inside of that. And what that is going to do is it's going to preserve it until you get to the doctor, so the doctor can see what type of bug you're dealing with. Some diseases, that way they can quickly identify it. You can then contact your doctor. The CDC recommends not taking antibiotics after tick bites. There is a drug that you can get from your doctor that they recommend taking that lowers your risk of Lyme disease. And if you live in an area, hold on, guys. If it is a deer tick, this advice holds for that. That's why they recommend keeping the tick. That way the doctors can see it. If within 30 days of that bite, you get any of these symptoms, very important: rash, fever, you're tired, you have a headache, muscle pain, or joint swelling and pain, within 30 days of a bite, then you need to come in and get tested. And Jake, any advice for tick infestation within a group of animals? What animal in particular are we talking about? Hold on, guys. My sister-in-law's calling. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I would say if you have cows that are an issue, I would say contact your vet. I don't know if you can spray for ticks or treat for ticks. I don't know enough about veterinarian stuff to know how that works. I really, really don't. I wish I could help you on that one a little bit better. I would say check with your doctor, with your vets. I called you. Hold on, guys. Okay, guys. I don't know what to do. I call people and they completely ignore me. Hold on. Yes, thank you, Carol. Yeah. I wish I knew more about that end of it. Because I don't know what diseases are transmittable between cows and ticks. I do know that too many ticks on an animal can cause blood loss. I do need to go because my family is having a picnic. Not a picnic, but a birthday. I may be back on later after I get back, but I do need to go. Thank you for coming in. No, it's not as long as I usually am on for, but I do need to go and see my family and spend time with them. So I will talk to you later. Have a good night. Jake, thanks for coming in. I will talk to everybody later. Have a good evening. Be kind. Take care of yourselves, and I will talk to you later.